your question about the difference that it makes, I've played in maybe 50 productions of Shakespeare plays and plays by his contemporaries over the 30 years of my career, and was 10 years artistic director of Shakespeare's Globe. I love the Shakespeare plays. I particularly love the author, and I love new plays. And I think in any field, if there was someone who had achieved what this author has achieved in his field, the people who work in that field would be interested. If it was in medicine or war or aviation or farming, people would be interested in how that person had surpassed not just the people in his country, but seemingly anyone that anyone can mention anywhere in the world. No one's written such a wide compass of plays as Shakespeare. So yes, I'm interested in how he did that. And at the moment, there is a massive campaign to convince us that this is some kind of impersonal literary exercise. And that's being taught to young people who pay a lot of money in many universities, that the sonnets are a literary exercise. I have never, ever encountered a poet, a playwright, any artist that doesn't involve himself or herself personally in their work, and doesn't draw upon their own experience and their own efforts to learn by books or by talking to other people or by visiting places, by putting a lot of work in. To say that these works, that you make up 14 plays about Italy, set in Italy, with accurate details of Italian landscape, customs, habits, culture, you just imagine that stuff. I think it's an absolute crime that young people are being taught that. An absolute crime that members of my profession are being taught that. And since the authorship question was open to me, my respect for the author, my attention to the detail of the plays, my feelings that I'm working with someone who is possibly, in this particular story, sharing something of enormous personal pain and suffering, that these words were not just made up. It's a ridiculous idea, but that there was enormous personal suffering that went in to make this kind of writing. You know, let them bring forth other writers. Let them bring forth evidence that Ibsen or Chekhov or Goethe wrote without deep feeling, or Dostoevsky wrote without deep feeling and personal input. There's a great, great deal of rubbish being put about Shakespeare, and it's getting in the way. It's getting in the way badly. And unfortunately, people like Roland and these actors who are putting themselves in the line, and the people who've backed this film and the person who's written it, are doing a lot to break down that idiocy. As there is idiocy in many fields at the moment, isn't there? Many, many fields.
Yes.
And one of the fortunate things of this Shakespearean thing is it's totally unimportant. It doesn't matter a jot. But when you break through it, it starts to teach you how to question and break through other fallacies that are being put about at the moment. So that's the difference it makes to me as an artist, sir.
Okay.